We'll call to order the Finance Committee meeting Thursday, February 11th. If everyone would stand for the prayer and pledge. Dear Lord, it's with a heavy heart we come to you tonight. We've lost a number of members of the Ascension family. First, Councilman Dempsey Lambert's uncle, Daniel Lambert, passed away today. Also, Chief Deputy Tony Bacala's wife, Lisa Bacala, her family, Nelson, Shirley, and Gerard Fauché, who passed away in a wreck yesterday evening, and also Mrs. Barbara Miller's niece. So we just ask you to be with them and their families in these difficult times. We also ask, in lieu of the cold weather and the ice and snow that is coming in the next 24 hours, that you keep everyone safe and we don't have any more tragic loss. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, roll call. Ms. Suzanne. Absent are Councilman Valentine and Councilman Shake Snyder due to work. I do have a chair's addition. I need to add the Ascension Economic Development update.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Councilman Todd Lambert, second by Councilman Randy Kluwat. I need a roll call.
Councilman Bell?
Yes.
Councilman Kulat?
Yes.
Councilman Cullen?
Yes.
Councilman Johnson?
Yes.
Councilman Joseph?
Yes.
Councilman Dempsey Lambert?
Yes.
Councilman Todd Lambert?
Yes.
Councilman Thompson?
Yes.
Okay, we will add that to the agenda as item 8A. Next, a reminder about the public comment period. If anyone wishes to speak, please sign in with Ms. Suzanne. You'll have 3 minutes. And we'll move right into our finance report section, our monthly sales and use tax report. Ms. Gwen?
Thank you, and good evening, members of the Finance Committee. You have before you your regular sales and use tax report. This represents January collections for December sales. This will be the first month's collections for the parish in year 2010. As you can see, the month-to-month comparison as well as the year-to-date are the same. East Ascension drainage down 3.
Could you bring the microphone closer, please, ma'am? I'm old and deaf.
The East Ascension drainage district taxes are down month-to-date and year-to-date, of course, 3.2%. Our 1-cent sales tax district is down 5.3%, and our half-cent rural sales tax district is down 5.2%. On the far right, you'll see a budgetary comparison. The 2010 budget is as the first column over on the right side, and 2010 collections are as stated. That we're at 8.33% of the year, and you can see that we're over budget 11.09, 11.40, and 11.15%. The next page is a history chart for the last, 10 years, 9 years completed. Actually, 10 years completed. You can see from 2000 to 2009 the peaks and valleys of our collections, and you can see how we ended 2009 compared to 2008, 2007 in each of the districts, below 2008 and above 2007. Then also included today is the next charts. They're the colored bar charts. They're the ad valorem tax receipts. Historical picture of them on the bar chart. The yellow bar chart is parish government receipts only. This is the tax levies for the last 10 years, starting with 2000 through 2009. And you can also see that the figures are also at the bottom. That shows you from 2000, we collected almost $3 million in property taxes compared to 2009, $19 million. And the second sheet of that shows you the top part of the second sheet actually shows you the funds that and their millages, starting with each of the years 09 down. with the first millage is our general fund. It's kind of, that 5.72 makes up 2.86 for the rural part of the parish and 1.43 in the two cities. Our millage reduces to half in the two cities. The drainage districts, of course, is our East and West Ascension Drainage District. The lighting districts, the health, welfare, and the council on aging millage, and then fire district number 3's millage and the library millage. Just to bring to your attention that one of our lighting districts and fire district number 3 has a parcel fee, and that's not included in this chart. And the right-hand column is the total millage for each year for parish government only, and then, of course, you can see the same figures you saw on the bottom of the chart page in the total column. And then the next blue chart is parish-wide, and this represents the assessed value of taxable property for the last 10 years in the parish. And once again, it starts with 2000 and goes through 2009, 10 years, and this is the taxable assessed value. And you can see in 2000, at the bottom of the page, the taxable assessed value of property in Ascension Parish was $384.9 million, and in 2009, it was $825.3 million. And the next page on this chart is just informational. Property taxes are public information, unlike sales taxes, so it'll show you the top 10 sales tax companies in our, not sales tax, excuse me, it'll show you the top 10 property taxpayers in our parish and the type of business that they are and their assessed valuation and the percentage of the total assessed valuation to the total assessed valuation for all property in Ascension Parish, which once again, that 777 matches 2008, and this is 2008, not 2009. This was the latest figures and divided amongst the top 10 taxpayers that we had available. So we used 2008, and in 2008, the total assessed value of taxable value of property in Ascension Parish was $777.8 million. And these top 10 taxpayers paid 29, almost 30% of that. So once you look at it, I know we're short for time tonight, but if you review it, and if you have any questions, or, we'll be glad to answer. You can come meet with us, or you can just call, and we'll give you any information that you require.
Okay, Mrs. Zahn, please note for the record that Councilman Schick-Snyder is present. Any questions for Ms. Gwen? Mr. President?
I don't have any questions, but basically on the property taxes, all of those are combined parish-wide. The East and West Ascension drainage and all the lighting districts combined on east and west side. The health and welfare, the health unit, fire districts, that's number 3. So all this money is dedicated money. It's not undedicated. Only the general fund operating part, the 5.72 mils. So don't get misunderstood that all this money is coming to parish government that we get to utilize it any way we want to. That's not correct. But that is what we collect. The other thing that we need to do is on this January, the December collections, we did have an audit there. Had we not had that audit, we'd have probably been down 20% for the month in taxes. So don't think that this is a reflection on what's going on. There's an audit in there, and I think there's going to be an audit in next month, and that was done, put into this year's taxes to help offset some of those losses. So again, you have, I think, a partial audit in here, and then you'll have another partial audit next month. And but without that, your taxes would actually be down approximately 20% for the month of January from the previous year.
Councilman Kluwat?
Yeah, Mr. President and administration, do we have any indicators of basically seeing this changing? in a positive direction.
Not that I know of. I can't put my hat on anything.
Okay. Do we have, I know you faced at possible budget cuts there, so,
Well, we've, if you look at the budget, we've budgeted wisely and extremely conservatively, and basically what we did last year, and when we made the operating budget cuts and other cuts that were necessary to do this, and we still have the hiring freeze on, and we're going to continue taking the steps, whatever steps it takes to balance this budget. We mandated by law. We're not like the federal government. We don't make new money. State and local governments have to balance their budget, so that's kind of the way it is. So we will make sure that that happens.
yeah, I just want to point out that within the last year, and basically coming into this year, we've had some events and weather and things that have cost, that no service has been cut, and we put out some extra services several times that do cut into the budget, that sometimes we got a little edge for it, but it's going to get there sooner or later. So as of now, no services cut to the people of Ascension Parish. Thank you, sir.
Well, to Randy's point, I remember last month looking at the year in review. The big drop in the year-to-year spending was the petrochemical industry. And I know I have asked this probably 4 or 5 times, but since you guys, many of you that worked in the chemical plants, any indicators of things ramping up on that side to kind of?
Not nothing I can speak for one that I work for, and it's still about the same. We're exporting more product right now than anything because of the oil prices. Overseas stuff is a little bit higher with the raw materials, so we're able to export more product than what we have been doing.
Okay.
But far as it's
Still a little lean?
It's still lean, yeah.
Councilor Clark?
Yeah, I think within the President's address that he actually acknowledged the possible formation of some kind of decent energy policy that is going to try to, help stabilize people looking toward the future. And from our end, we don't see a lot of private projects going forward big time. On the public sector, there's a lot of money coming in from Washington D.C. that's pushing, that will boost the economy in some ways, but that's limited and long term.
I think when the recovery money starts coming in, actual recovery money, when we can start doing actual projects, that'll help, with the economy in the area. So, I mean, we're going to have an influx of about $19 million coming in here from that, and plus another 5, and, so $24 million, and hopefully we can get more and more. So, if we can keep people working, I think the retail sales are still fairly strong in the area, and the problem is mainly in the in the chemical industry, and that's our #1 taxpayer, and that's basically where the drop is at this point.
Yeah, I think those guys are looking for something solid out of the federal government to hang their hat on to go forward.
Anyone else? Okay, Gwen, that was 5 and 6, correct? So we'll move on to number 7, the revenue and expenditure report. Amanda?
Good evening. This is the report for December of 2009. It's preliminary figures because we have not closed out the year yet. We're still working on that, so all of our accruals and interest allocation, none of that has been done yet, and our receivables are not booked. On the first page of your revenues, your operating revenues is at 95.84%. Your capital project budget revenues are at 76.44%. And your grand total is at 94.81%. The items that are highlighted in green are the ones that are a little bit below budget right now, and that is mostly due because of the 2009 receivables, and interest is not posted at this time. I do feel that most of them will be right at budget. The next page is your expenditure report, and again, it's preliminary figures. Your operating budget is at 88.17%. Your capital budget is at 120.50%, and your grand total is at 92.19%. The ones that are highlighted in green are over the budget at this time, and your capital budget is over the budget due to the contracts that have been encumbered for the whole entire span of the project. The next page is your charts that show operating in yellow, capital in blue, expenses compared to the budget, which is the green line. So this is just a short chart showing the revenue and expenditures. The next 2 pages are just the explanation of the accounts that were highlighted in green on the first 2 pages. And then the last page is a report showing all the disbursements that exceeded $100,000 for the month of December. And it shows what fund it was charged to, the vendor name, a description, and the amount. And the total was $1,658,436. And you can see who the checks were made to.
Okay, anyone have any questions or comments? Okay. Thanks, Amanda.
Mr. Chairman,
Thank you.
Councilman Dempsey Lambert?
on the various funds here for the fuel, what was that for? The 106,000?
That was the what we spent for the month. I'm not sure exactly what month that was, but it could be because we ran the pumps for the flooding. I think that was a lot of the charges for the fuel. That's why it's high. It's usually not that high on a normal monthly basis.
Okay, you think that was for the flooding,
That was
for the pumps?
right. I can email you and make
Okay.
sure, but I'm pretty and let you know exactly how much it was just for the pump charges.
Thank you.
Anyone else? All right, we will move on to item number 8, contracts report. Mr. Grant?
In your packet, number 8 is the contracts that have been entered into over the January of 2010. For your review, please, if you have any questions, let me know, but they're fairly standard.
Anyone have any questions or comments on this item? Okay. We will move on to our next item, which is the addition, item 8A, Economic Development Corporation update. I've asked Economic Development if they could come every month and provide us an update. I know there's some things they're working on that are confidential, of course, due to the nature of their business, and they may not always be able to get into specifics, but they are doing a lot of great work. We wanted to kind of share that with everyone on a regular basis. Chairman Berthelot?
Councilman Lower and members of the Parish Council, thank you all for the opportunity to be here this afternoon. After serving in government for over 32 years, I want to tell you how much I appreciate the investment that you have made in the Ascension Economic Development Corporation. And I call it an investment because when you invest in something, you usually look for a dividend or a reward or something to come out of that investment. And many times I know you all are asked about putting money up for different items. And I think when you do that, you need to look at enhancing quality of life, creating new jobs, adding additional taxes, which will help the economy, and also capital investment. I think those are some areas that you really need to consider when you make these investments. And tonight, I'm very, very proud that we can give you a report on last year. And what you have before you is just a bullet, a couple of the highlights, and we plan on doing a comprehensive annual report and have it to you before the next finance meeting. But tonight, I'm proud to introduce the Director of Business Development to give you a small, quick report on our activities for the past year and the highlights of that. And also, before I introduce her, I want to recognize one of our board members, Mr. Dwight Poirier, who is also here with us tonight. So without any further ado, I want to introduce Kristen Batulis. She is the Director of Business Development.
Thank you, Council, for having us here tonight. Again, I'd like to just go over a few of these bullet points. I know you've received this information before, and you will get this full report in March. Underneath the announced projects that we've worked in 2009, you should be familiar with the BASF expansion, which is creating about 12 jobs with an $80 million in capital investment. AEDC was able to assist with GO-Zone bonds and state incentives in this project. Another expansion was the Bronco Fabrication and Manufacturing expansion, which is a division of Excel. They are creating about 100 jobs with $100,000 in capital investment. They took an unproductive vacant building and are now leasing it in the parish. This is great news for Ascension, too. We helped with the enterprise zone and help retaining them in the parish as well. Another retention project was the Blue Runner Foods expansion, which are creating about 30 jobs with $1 million of capital investment. We also assisted them with the enterprise zone, state incentives, and retaining them in the parish. Underneath the attraction announced projects is Smith Tank and Steel with 25 jobs and $5 million in capital investment. We assisted in zoning issues and state incentives, and then they are now occupying the former 84 Lumber Building. And if you get a chance to go ride by on Highway 30, take a chance. They've really cleaned up the facility, and it looks fantastic out there. Underneath all of the active projects that we are working with, I do want to make note that the last 2 quarters of 2009, we saw increased activity. We're hoping in the near future to have some announcements as well, too, underneath these projects. We are actively calling on our major businesses and assisting them with state incentives and other issues through our business retention and expansion program. And I don't want to go into detail on the rest of the information because you do have it in front of you and you have seen it before, but I do want to make one point underneath the bullets that I thought was extremely important to share with everyone tonight. As a result of the teamwork between AEDC, the Ascension Parish government, and the Ascension Parish employees, we were able to contact all of the companies that we did surveys with, and 100% of them reported that they enjoyed doing business in Ascension Parish. So I thought that was great news to share. If you have any questions. Thank you.
Yeah, Christian.
Councilman Clutt.
Yes, on the backside, the results 2005, 2009. Could you just give a quick synopsis for everybody that's out there based on since the inception of AEDC? Johnny, you may want to do it.
Yeah.
On the inception since
She's yielding to
2005
me.
to 2009, and the results based on the efforts that our tax monies went towards you guys, what you've been able to accomplish.
Well, be
as a
glad to.
group.
AEDC has directly assisted 12 companies in locating, expanding, or remaining in Ascension Parish. Combined, these companies have created 788 direct jobs. These enterprises have invested a combined $653.5 million in real estate and capital equipment. AEDC received a total of $1.525 million in local government appropriations between 2005 and 2009. I think all of you realize that we are funded jointly between Ascension Parish government and now the city of Gonzales also. AEDC has generated 1 new job for each $1,935 in public appropriations. I think that's part of the dividends I mentioned earlier on your money. For every dollar of public appropriations, AEDC has generated direct capital investment in Ascension Parish of $428.50. And I think with the economy like it has been the past year, I think this is a fantastic report. And I can't tell you that for the past 13 months how much of enjoyment has been to work with the professional staff that we have. But I have to compliment Ascension Parish government on the employees that y'all have in the zoning and the planning department that has helped us bring these businesses in. So we do thank you very, very much.
Thank you. Appreciate the update, John and Kristen. And these are fabulous statistics. And you mentioned investment. I think that captures it perfectly. And return on investment, every dollar getting $428.50 back of capital investment. I mean, that speaks volumes. So appreciate the information and look forward to having you guys back on a regular basis with more good news.
Thank you for letting us share.
Excuse me.
Councilman Joseph? Yes.
Yes. I see here, active, attractive project, and you have up there, potential new jobs of 857 of them, and, pending capital investment of $390 million. What type of jobs that is? I mean, previous from the, AEDC, we normally got a report, and it basically gave us the type of job was interested in this parish, and also where they was looking to locate. And that was one of the things that was very important to me, because looking at on it from the other side of the river, what we needed to do to attract those business. We also have the enterprise super site that, also was attracting certain types of business in that area. And I'd like to get a better update on that, to know what we need to do and what the parish need to do to attract those business parish-wide in certain areas. So if you can give me an update on that, I would appreciate it.
Yes, Councilman Joseph, we are fully prepared to come back next month and give a report on all the projects that we're working on. We may highlight, the way we categorize the projects is projects A, B, and C, A being most likely to happen in the parish. And we'll highlight most of those, but you will get a full report on that next month. We just wanted to update on our 2009 progress. So we will see you next month with that.
Well, also, too, Councilman Joseph, we want to make you aware, and the parish councilman aware, that we're actively working on the Donsonville Industrial Development Park. This week, we've got approval for state funding to make that one of the first certified industrial parks in the state.
With 100% funding from the state.
Yes. So we're working on that. We got some funding this week, not $1 million, but we got some money to do some engineering work to get that site, that park, to be one of the first certified industrial parks in the state of Louisiana.
Huge marketing tool.
Yeah.
Right.
And to my knowledge, I think on at least 3 occasions last year, we submitted the super site that you've made reference to, the 1,000 acres that the Tebows have. We've submitted that about 3 different times for projects. The issue there, I don't want to take too much of y'all's time, but the issue there has to do with some infrastructure things, and we're working on that. So
And that's the key thing,
That's the
make
key.
sure public
Correct.
aware of that's the problem.
we'll give a more detailed report, Chairman Lohr, next meeting.
Great.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Councilman Kluwat.
Yeah, real quick, I want you to appreciate your efforts, but I want to continue to, like you're doing now, that you're looking, you're diversifying. You're also looking away from the industrial. You're looking at the type of businesses that feed industrial, but also different other businesses that come into the parish. And let's try to take some of the burden off the industrial folks there for a little while.
Councilman Dempsey Lambert.
Yeah, also, Johnny, thank you for Smith Tank. That's Sam, that's a local guy that wanted to come back home, bring a business in, and hey, we needed to use that 84 lumber building for something like this. Thank you for doing that.
I know y'all are like we were when I was with the city. We was competitive to try to get these businesses.
Yeah.
And it's always nice when you can take one from next door. And that's what we did.
Councilman Cullen.
Thank
Johnny, thanks for the report, and it's a good job y'all doing. Appreciate it.
Anyone else?
Appreciate it.
Thanks. All right, we'll move into item number 9, the Lamar Dixon report. Mr. Grant, or
Yes, Councilman. Ms. Barat prepared this report, this financial statement for you, and we'll be giving you monthly financial statements. But this is our preliminary figures for the end of December '09. And what it tells you at this point is that we were expecting a deficit of about 119,000. We've now reduced that to under 85,007, and you see a fund balance in the bank of 78,000 for Lamar Dixon. So this has been a significant decrease from the historic shortfalls that we've had in the facility. I think it's a result of kind of getting lean and mean on our management. This reflects the end of the SMG arrangement and all of that money being transferred back to us. So I think we're in a good cash position on Lamar Dixon. And from this point forward, what you'll see is monthly reports on our revenue and expenses of the business we do. This weekend is the largest weekend on our event schedule. Starting tomorrow through next Saturday, will be about somewhere in excess of 3,000 exhibitors at the facility. So it should be a fairly good week for us coming up. Any questions you have, I'll be happy to answer.
Councilman Kluat?
Yeah, Mr. Grant, thank you very much, and I appreciate administration trying to wrap their hands around Lamar Dixon and tightening up the management over there. And I'd also, while we have economic development in the audience, is that please share with the administration, you guys, that that is an economic generator for our parish, and anything that you guys can do, keep that on your radar for as economic development. Let's bump up Lamar Dixon. Let's fill it up. Thank you.
Mr. President?
Let me also say that we are actively, we had 28 applicants for a professional manager at the facility. We've pretty much been narrowing this down, and we're down to 2 now. Hopefully we can make a decision on that soon. And yesterday, I just want to throw this in. We had a visitor from one of the new hotels that came in, and this week maybe a couple visitors, and the hotel said that they want to help in any way that they can to keep Lamar Dixon rolling, because they got their phones are ringing off the hook this week and last week, and they don't have rooms. They don't have enough rooms, and one of them told them that they told their manager that they could add another 2 buildings now and probably keep them full. So the interests along Highway 30 are certainly welcoming now that we have stability there, and hopefully we'll have a good year, and hopefully we can break even, make money, do something. But it's really looking good. The facility's looking good if you hadn't been out there, and we're proud of it, and it's something hopefully at the end of this year you can all be proud of.
Okay. Real quick. Councilman Kluat?
Yeah, just a quick note on Lamar Dixon. Mr. President, correct me if I'm wrong, but next Friday at the State Livestock Show at noon, we will have a presentation naming the main arena as the Robbie Savoy Jr. Arena. We would like for all you folks, anybody, even if you've never fooled with livestock, grab your kids and go around there and check out some cows and stuff. And but we'd like any support from any of the elected officials and administration and various government agencies out there for that. It's going to be a very great event. Thank you.
Does anyone have any other comments? All right, we will move to item 10, a change order number 1 from Holly Construction for Oak Grove.
Council members, what you have before you is a change order for 0 cost. It's just to change out some materials at the Oak Grove Community Center. As we reported at the Recreation Committee, this project is moving ahead and under construction.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Councilman Shakespeare, second by Councilman Bill. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion passes. Item number 11, a change order certificate of substantial completion for the Donaldsonville Council on Aging building. Mr. Grant?
Many of you have been anxiously awaiting this day. The Council on Aging building is substantially complete, And what we have is a certificate of substantial completion and a change order for about $3,000 to change out some ceiling tiles and the like, and we are done. The Council on Aging is moved in and occupying the building.
Motion.
Yeah, motion by Councilman Dempsey Lambert, second by Councilman Randy Cluett. Any discussion?
One discussion, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Lambert?
Yeah, Mr. Grant, I really appreciate you, all the hard work, and I think we had Garney and a few other ones that were helping with, Ms. Darlene. Thank y'all for everything with the, Council on Aging building.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Any further discussion? Any objection? Motion passes. Item number 12, a funding request by Lower Delta Soil and Water Conservation District.
This is an amount of $2,500 and reflects the annual support that we provide them. We recommend approval.
Councilman Thompson.
Yes, Mr. Grant, this is the money we normally put up on West Ascension.
Yes, sir.
Wasn't they asking for, back payment?
There was some discussion of that, but this request is going forward, $2,500.
Okay, what about the payment we didn't make to them in the past, we were supposed to?
I'll research that, but I mean, I haven't had any requests for that.
Okay, thank you.
And Mr. Grant, we did have this in the budget, you said?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Councilman Joseph?
I'm just curious, I mean, we've seen this at finance, and it normally come over the years that I've been serving on West Ascension Drainage, normally go through West Ascension Drainage to get their approval prior to. We didn't see this request. I didn't see this request, you know. That's what be, I just want to verify that. And so I will make a motion that this be referred back to West Ascension Drainage, so we can have this noted in our minutes through our committee,
Okay.
board over there, West Ascension Drainage.
Motion by Councilman Joseph, second by Councilman Bell to refer this to the West Ascension Drainage Board, and I guess at which point they will, Councilman Joseph, would this, Councilman Joseph, is your intent of the motion to have it come back to finance after?
Yes.
Okay, you're cool with that, Pat? Okay. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion passes. All right, item number 13, a resolution authorizing the creation of an ordinance to fund the parish court in an amount up to $20,000. Mr. Grant?
This is a recommendation from the Strategic Planning Committee that needs to come to finance for your consideration. If you pass this resolution, we will introduce an ordinance at the next meeting.
Motion.
Motion by Councilman Snyder, second by Councilman Thompson. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion passes. Item 14, funding request for the Festival of Festivals. Council Chairman Pat Bell.
Yes, Councilman. The festival, which will be at the end of this year, November 11th, is requesting $50,000 from the parish. I'll make that motion.
Second. Motion by Councilman Bell and second by Councilman Cullen for the funding request of $50,000. Discussion, Councilman Todd Lambert.
Yeah, Parish President. Funding 50,000, is this coming out of Lamar Dixon funding, or is it coming out of parish?
I think the
Out of
request
general
to the
fund?
parish for seed money for the Lamar Dixon, for the Festival of Festivals. So
Okay, so it's funded by what? What fund?
by the general fund.
General fund.
Yes.
Okay. I guess a couple questions on I've been hearing a lot about the festivals, but, you know, we had a big bicentennial a few years back.
That's correct.
Had a ton of people there, and the parish made $0. I was just wondering where are we coming with this festival? Where's the money? We did charge parking at that one. I'm just wondering
You're gonna,
where's the funds coming that we're supposed to make a lot of money for?
well, we are
I hadn't
actually,
seen any plan or anything yet to see.
we are actually, they have different committees set up. Each committee has a budget. Basically, what this is gonna do is get the ball rolling. We're gonna go out, and our budget is to raise $300,000 from sponsors, okay, private sponsors. We hope to have a return on this to make anywhere probably from $150,000 to $200,000 for the parish on this event. This is not going to be like the bicentennial, and then the money will go toward the operating expenses at Lamar Dixon.
Okay.
That's basically the game plan. This is seed money to get started, get off the ground, start actually paying for joining like the Festival Association, printing brochures to take to different events, those type things.
But all the different festival, different groups coming in, that's going to be
Yeah,
putting their booth up. They're going to be funding.
There'll be booths there. You're going to be charged so much to go in. I think they would sell at a certain amount, $10 per adult and child to be determined. We're going to have all the festivals will come in and they will serve food
and all the profits going to each festival.
No, there will be a percentage cut off from those. They'll have to pay us a percentage of what they take in on each booth. We'll also have several sales that we'll be doing. They'll have contests, barbecue contests, those type things, jambalaya cooking contests, similar to what the Jambalaya Festival does, Todd. So hopefully, you're going to have expenditures also. You're going to have to hire bands and stuff like that. So anyway, we have a budget that's put together. It's still a work in progress, but we hope to bring this to the Finance Committee meeting also on a regular basis. We'll be giving you regular updates. This is a request for basically seed money at this point.
Because it was big, when we had the bicentennial, it was supposed to be a fundraiser, to help make some money, but it ended up costing us money at the bottom.
Well, I think y'all put up $100,000 for the bicentennial, if I'm correct. I'm not sure. 150, 150,000,
and still lost. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I don't know if it was set up to be a money-making deal. I wasn't here then, but I can assure you we're going to make money on this.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Any other discussion? Councilman Joseph?
So this is going to be a reoccurring event
Every year.
every year. So they basically going to be budget their own self for every year after this event.
That'd be right. That's right. That's correct. They should have enough money at that point to be self-sustaining.
And if they don't,
If they don't, we're in trouble. But I don't think we're going to put a little faith in it. We're going to make it work.
so basically we say seed, but it's a loan to them.
What?
It's a loan to them.
In the long run, probably. So yeah, we'll work that out as we go through, and then it won't. It's all benefiting the parish. It's going to end up coming back to the parish.
Councilman Bell?
And also Councilman Joseph or any other councilman, I would like to invite all y'all on board. Be proud of this festival. It's all about the parish. We've got the backing of the state. We've the Lieutenant Governor, former Lieutenant Governor, he's backing us. We've been to several meetings on a state level with the Festival Association. They're all pumped up about it. So any of y'all that can give us any hand whatsoever, promoting or what have you, I'm asking your help right now. We've been working hard since November. We got many committees, and it's moving right along. So I'd appreciate y'all's help. Thank you.
And Mr. President, I'd like to also, when we calculate, when we're done with this, when we calculate the economic impact, let's also not forget to include sales potential, the sales tax and that bump that we'll get from all these people visiting the parish, and not just focus it specifically on the sales at the event, the parking and all that stuff. I mean, just bring in 100,000 people that will stay here, that will shop here and all that. That needs to be factored in as well.
As I said, we hope to bring in 100,000, but we're budgeting at about 50,000 people, and so we're going to be conservative like we do here. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to budget conservatively, and I'm sure that things are going to happen. I mean, we're getting a lot of good feedback from around the state. I've been meeting with people on different occasions and talking to them, and I can assure you that it's going to be well attended. We've talked to the advocate. They have going to provide us with some advertising. We've talked to different people. We've talked to some of the industries in the parish. They're going to step up. I don't want to name everybody now, but we've talked to insurance agents that's going to do statewide deal. They're going to raise money from each agent in the state that, on that brand of insurance, and that company, the major company, the parent company, is going to match whatever they bring in. So we got a really good thing going, and I will tell you, we haven't been told no yet. So that's a good thing. When we've gone to talk to people and ask them to help and make commitments, we've been welcomed, and everybody's been very, very generous. So we think that this is going to be a major event, and I agree, Chris, there won't be any hotel rooms around here that you can get. It's going to spill over not only here, but it'll end up on the West Bank, the hotels there, and it'll spill over in the Baton Rouge, and same thing with restaurants and everything else. With the commitments that we have, we feel like it's going to be an economic boom to the entire parish and to the area. So I agree with you.
Okay. Councilman Kluwer?
Yeah, I just want to reiterate and just bump on Lamar Dixon is that you go back for the past several years and you look at any economic impact that was done, and this thing is always, that facility is not just a recreation facility, it is an economic generator. And the economic impact within the region, as you spoke of, there's no other facility like it around. And it has the potential and good management and to really make money.
The last economic impact study we got was 2006, and it was like a $30 million, for that year, $30 million impact on Parish.
Councilman Bell?
Just to add a little bit, what the president's saying as far as the impact, and us, with our committees, we are focusing on a 55 mile radius, and I think y'all been told this before. 2.4 million people live in that area. We're focused on, not that we're going statewide, we'll be out there, but from here to Lafayette, the majority of the state, that's in that radius. And I think once we get, like the President's saying, we will issue reports once a month. I think you'll be delighted when you start seeing it come together with some of the heavyweights as far as entertainment that we've been in contact with already. So you'll see that at a later date. But like I said again, thank you for all your help.
Any further discussion? All right, we have a motion and a second. And with no further discussion, any objection? Motion passes. Item number 15, resolution accepting a donation of six school buses from Ascension Parish Schools for emergency purposes. Mr. Grant?
Yes, sir. This grew out of the post-Gustav preparations. What we have been able to do is work with the school board and get 6 surplus school buses transferred to our control. And the purpose of these is to provide emergency transportation for us for special needs and the like. We think that this is going to add to our capacity for that considerably. We've had all the buses checked out mechanically, and they are sound, and our folks are able to maintain them, and we recommend.
Motion, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Bell, second by Councilman Benny Johnson. I think it was. Second by Mr. Todd. Any discussion?
One discussion.
Councilman Dempsey Lambert.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is a very good idea. I think we need to expand out a little further. If we end up having any fire trucks that would be interested, they would maybe donate. Let's see if we can get our hands on those too. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay. Got a motion and a second. Any objection? Motion passes.
Motion adjourned, Mr.
Motion
Chairman.
adjourned by Councilman Todd Lambert. Need a second. Second by Councilman Dennis Cullen. Meeting adjourned.